Hi, Corey and I are here to address another question that we get frequently from both in-town and out-of-town investors. Why are we recommending purchasing newer products, newer properties in fairly new developments? So Corey, you want to touch on that?
Sure. So one of the reasons we suggest a newer property is because of the fact that your repairs and maintenance are low for many years to come. That's an important factor as an investor, especially if you're out of town and you're not having to deal with that issue. So newer product is great for that. Second reason is it attracts a very high quality tenant. We always want high quality tenants in our properties, reliable on paying the rent, make a good income, good credit score. So those are the types of tenants that we attract with a newer product. And thirdly, they're in very good neighborhoods. So they're in the parts of town, usually near the outskirts of the city, that are high quality neighborhoods, excellent locations, close to the Anthony Henday Ring Road. So those are some of the reasons why we suggest newer product. But one of the things that we're dealing with a lot now is builders here in the Edmonton area, and a lot of our clients ask us, well, why don't I just go to them directly? Why do I involve you as a realtor? Do you want to address that one?
Sure. I mean, we deal with this on a day-to-day basis, so there's a lot of benefit for you as a buyer to have us represent you. One, we're the intermediary between you and the buyer, and we can review the contract for you, make recommendations on the build quality, and how the product compares to other builders in the city, and make sure that you're getting good value as an investment purchase.
So not all builders are equal, and that's one thing that we see on the ground. We not only see the product when it's finished, we've dealt with many of the builders throughout the buying process. Are they easy to deal with? Are they difficult? What if you want to make some changes? What if, who knows what other questions can come up during the process? There's some builders that we do not recommend. So again, like Warren said, we're that intermediary between you and the builder. What about negotiating with the builder? Do we help out in that area?
For sure, because we are doing a bulk amount of purchases with each builder, we can come to them, say with 2 or 3 investors at a time, and end up putting a few offers in front of that builder on the same day, and therefore giving us better leverage to negotiate a better price point, or just get extra inclusions that they may not offer on a typical purchase from somebody who's walking off the street.
And you know, another point that a lot of builders have brought out to us is the commissions that they pay to us doesn't come from the sale of that property necessarily. Most builders have an advertising budget, and that's where our commission comes from. So if you go directly to the builder, does that mean you're going to get a cheaper price because our commissions aren't taken into account? Well, no, not necessarily, because again, as Warren mentioned, we're getting bulk discounts because we deal with a lot of properties with these builders. Plus, our commissions don't come out of the sale of that property necessarily. They usually come from their advertising budget, which is completely separate. So there's a lot of good reasons, again, to have us represent you if you're dealing with builders. We know which ones to deal with. We know which ones to stay away from. We can guide you through the whole process. And again, we can, in most cases, get you a much better deal than if you walk up on your own.
So yeah, just to summarize the new build product and why we're recommending it, low maintenance, excellent tenants, and as well for, especially for out of town buyers, it'll give you a bit more peace of mind that the purchase that you've made is going to be successful, and you're not going to get a phone call in the middle of the night that you have a high maintenance cost to deal with. So that's pretty much summarizes our thoughts on new versus old, and we'll talk to you soon.